why there's a part of me doesn't want to even go to Encinitas because I love being here. I just got in yesterday, so I'm just able to start chilling, you know. It's so quiet. And here's the cool thing. When I'm at home making videos, I can just drink a couple of beers, just make one video after another, after another, after another, after another. If I get a little tired, just go crash out for a little bit, get up, start all over again, just make another one, and go back to sleep. Because I don't have anywhere to go. I have nothing to do but make videos and go visit with my folks. That's it. Okay, that's why I like coming here. Coming home. It's not a bad deal. But I am definitely an amateur content creator. Like Christine said, 2 seconds. You're horrible. It's unwatchable. You're the worst. What is this driving to Tokyo thing? You know. Yeah, I'm really bad. But I'm striving to improve. I'm pissing people off, including Mike. And that's okay. You know, it's okay. You know, the most important person, I can't piss myself off too much, you know. If I start having conversations with myself, which I have in the truck, you probably have noticed the alien conversation. If you haven't seen that, watch that. I'm kind of out there on that one. I'm pretending to be an alien. Oh, here's a funny thing that actually happened. This is really true with my fake Japanese, which I do. Okay. I left a fake Japanese, my fake Japanese. You know, I did that on my friend Freddie's voicemail. And he was curious about it, so he ran it through Google. It came back that it said I was speaking Japanese, and it spit back the Japanese text, all those characters. It spit back the text translation of what I said. Crazy, huh? So the whole driving to Tokyo thing, God only knows where it's going. God only knows if I even have more than 9 subscribers or 10 subscribers. God only knows if when I'm going to go back to Japan. I'll put this out. There is a possibility I may say screw it because I've got money saved. Here's my keys night. In fact, I'm going away for 3 months. I'll leave the door open. I'll come back, but I have to do 14 days of, go in a hotel for 14 days to be clear. And then if it still stands where I can stay up to 3 months, I'm going to stay there 3 months, shoot all kinds of videos, stay at Airbnbs, reconnect because I've missed 3 trips. Then the trade-off is I lose my truck. And I may even lose my 3 weeks paid vacation. I may even probably lose my $5,000 check and my 600,000 miles. But it's hard because my goal was to hit 1 million. So that's a real tough decision. But sometimes you have to make decisions like that. They're hard. And who knows, I might do that and go, what am I doing? But that's, you gotta put everything out there when you're going through one of these things. What could I do in 3 months in Japan when I'm not driving? If I'm doing this just in a few days here in my home for 3 or 4 or 5 days, what could I do in Japan for 3 months? What kind of content? What kind of improvement? What kind of where can my channel be in 3 months? Some people say, well, not very far. I'd be 3 months down the road and still as bad as it is now. Fine. But it's just something I'm thinking about, you know. So that's why I'm going to keep saving money, saving money, and saving money. When I get up to where I maybe have $50,000 or something, 40,000 or whatever, and I have all my bills are paid. My auto insurance is $100 a month. My rent here is $100 a month, and if I go to Japan, I don't have to pay it at all. So it's not too far out. It's not really, seriously, it's not that far out to buy an $800 ticket, to contact all my friends from Japan, say, I'm tired of being away from this place. I'm going for it. I'm coming to Japan. I'm coming to extend my channel, driving to Tokyo. It's still there. And I'm just going to meditate on it, chant on it. Okay. So if you're watching this video, you're the one or two watching this video, stay tuned, because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't, not with me. Okay. Anyway, this is, I don't know, this could be my 4th or 5th video today, and I'm not slowing down. I might even see how many. I'm going to, by the way, if I go to Encinitas tomorrow, I'm going to continue making videos. One of the videos I'm going to do, and Richard's cool with it, hang out with my friend Richard, drink some beer and talk and make a movie, because he's getting up there in years. He's actually older than me, and he has grandkids, and I'm going to say, let's make a movie for your kids and grandkids, and let's just show them how cool Dad is, a grandfather is, you know, great daddy. Let's do it, bro. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm probably going to do when I go to Encinitas. And I'm going to probably videotape my old office where it was. I'm going to videotape just where I have so much there. I videotaped the mortuary where Carol's body was laid. I videotaped the apartment I used to live in. Videotaped Stone Steps Beach where I met Carol. Carol Cook, for those of you who don't know, she was my girlfriend when I was 24 that shot and killed herself tragically. That kind of put my life upside down. Caused me to go to Europe for 6 weeks, run out of money in Morocco. That was kind of the genesis of my whole travel thing. But there's a lot of history there. A lot of throwback history. A lot. I was married there. I was doing self-realization fellowship. Look up SRF, self-realization fellowship. I was married in that church. I was meditating. I was doing raw food. I'm just so much stuff there. That every time I go back there, it's like going back in a time machine. It's only 7 hours away, and I'm back in the time machine. I'm back. Encinitas matrix, you know. So it's calling me, and I always go there before I go to Japan. By the way, I go stay with. Maybe I keep thinking that maybe that's it. I can't go to Japan right now, but I go to Richard just like what I do before I go to Japan. Fly out of San Diego. Maybe I'll go down to the airport and just watch the planes fly off. Maybe they're Japan Air fly and just go watch them fly away. You know, just imagine I'm on one of those planes. I don't know. But anyway, I'm ready to take a break. Turn off the lights in here. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, I got a lot more room here in the house. I mean, it's not a mansion, but I actually got 2 bathrooms, a kitchen. That used to be my living room over here. That's my dad's art studio. Got a washer and dryer. I did my wash already. It's kind of getting dark. So that's the thing about, the one thing about this place, it is kind of dark. Dog barking. My parents' house is right over there. I think it's the last house they're gonna live in. They paid cash for it. This is where I live. My dad's never lived here, but he paints here. This is my car. I paid cash for it, which is, it's not a Mercedes, but for me, it's all relative. You know, this is my neighborhood. It's quiet. I got prairie dogs right here. I wish one would just pop up somewhere, because my friend Takako came to the U.S. to see prairie dogs. They're in Colorado too. You see all these holes? These are prairie dogs' holes. Sometimes they'll pop up. My dad gave them this stuff to kill them. I didn't like that. But I was happy to see that some of them, see these holes? They're all over the place. Now this is where I used to park my tractor and trailer, right? Come on, prairie dogs, pop up, pop up. But they're there. Okay. We have rabbits. This is all open lot. I like the fact there's nobody in front of me, so I can actually turn my music up when I want to crank up Boston or whatever. Nobody beside me. Okay. It's truck friendly. And my parents said, I pay $100 a month to come here. $100 a month. I'm not going to find an apartment or anything for $100 a month. My mom's like, can you contribute like $200 a month? And my dad's like, no, it's too much. He's only here a few days out of the month. So I pay $100 a month for my rent. This is my dad. This is a painting that my dad, in fact, a lot of these are my dad's painting. Okay, see here. This one's a painting of my dad's. Right here. I actually like, one of my friends, Pat, said, oh my God, your dad took over your whole house. You don't have your house anymore. No, I love it. Here's all the art magazines that my dad's read. Oh, there's a Playboy in there? I didn't even see that. There's a Playboy? I didn't notice that. There's some stuff in here. He really he takes it seriously. He's got videos. I'll show you another funny thing that's really funny. This used to be my pantry. You know you're living as an artist when this is what the pantry looks like. There's no longer food in here. There's art supplies and stuff. This is my friend Chikako, when she went back to Japan. She left all this stuff, Japanese stuff, and she left a rice cooker for me, which is cool. I boil water for coffee. I'll probably do that. I use a French press here. I paid for cash for this stove when I moved in, the refrigerator, and the washer and dryer. So, see how quiet it is? Okay. I love it here. It's fine. Oops, I got there. This is my backyard. There's a board here for security, so I won't even bother putting that up. But this is what I consider my dad's art studio, but this is my movie studio. Okay. This is where my Chikako's room was. Now it's like a little den. This used to be over here, my Empower Network office, where I had my desk and stuff. Now it's just a place for, my dad did do a Nordic track for years. Stereo, all kinds of videos. My parents hold on to things a lot more than I do. Antique stuff. This is, I think, from my great-grandfather. More paintings. More paintings. And this is where I sit sometimes. And I'm doing this very amateurish. I know, just moving around, not stopping and starting. Denver, Colorado. My dad even said, he said, when I picked you up at the bus station or the train station, you look really bad. I did. If you can imagine, this was my second time to try to come back to California, where I spent a majority of my, I should say almost a majority, because I moved to Denver not knowing how long I was going to stay there. And I ended up being there like 18 years of my adult life, from about, I don't know, it's like 17 or 18 winters, 17 or 18 years. 2 serious relationships. One of them technically was long distance in Brazil as a result when I was living there. I was homeless there. I drove a taxi there, drove a limo there, was a massage therapist. Had so many chapters there. But it was really, Chicago always says, you gotta trim your eyebrows, man. Look at your eyebrows. She's right. Look at that one. I'm not good. Do you know when you don't have a girlfriend, that's the stuff you can get away with, because girlfriend will tell you, you gotta trim your mustache, or you gotta trim your nose hair, or you gotta trim your eyebrows. Dude, what are you thinking? Anyway, that's a whole side thing. I have so much history in Denver. However, California, I lived in California from age 7 to about 37. So after being in Denver for 18 years, I literally left on a train, not a plane, not a car, but a train, one-way train ticket. And I had $250 to my name. The only reason I had $250 to my name is Taki, that owned Taki's restaurant, gave me my last dishwashing paycheck. I laugh about it now, but what happened was, this is the God's honest truth. I'm just being completely honest. I don't want to say I was a real loser. You never want to, here's a little hint, life hint I give you, okay? You can take this on, not take this on. Others may call you loser, this, that, all kinds of stuff. They're entitled, I mean, they're not entitled, but they'll call you all kinds of things. And even if you try to express your personal feeling about a situation, they will tell you, you're the bad guy, you're all wrong, this is all about you, I've done nothing wrong, you're wrong, I'm right. You know, they'll just go off and just tell you how wrong you are, how much you're in the wrong. This is, you're the bad guy, I have no responsibility on this. You know, I'm all right, you're all wrong. You know, this is going to happen to you in your life, probably on more than one occasion, okay? When all you're trying to do is clear up something that doesn't work for you. It's not, there's this distinction I learned a long time ago. It's called workability. And so if you're in a relationship or agreement or something with someone, there's a workability thing. And if something's not working, you try to communicate, this isn't working for me. This is how I perceived it. It isn't happening. I'm not happy about this. And what often can happen is the other person can get defensive, reactive, and start making you in the wrong. Yeah, you're completely wrong. You're the bad dude, I'm the good dude. You know, that whole thing happens. So in those cases, this is what I've learned. You have to finally get to the point you just write it out, finish whatever agreement you had, and just go on, because you're not gonna get anywhere, you're not gonna get anywhere with that type of thing going on, because forever you're gonna be the bad guy, because you brought up something, even though you could talk about it, bring it out on the table, talk about how, why did you feel this way? Thich Nhat Hanh talks about compassionate communication. Well, the way he describes it, let's say, he said it could be with your marriage, your lover, business partner, or whatever, that when they bring something up, instead of getting reactive or defensive, he used the phrase, tell me more. Okay. Tell me more. Okay. Tell me some more. Just tell me more, not react. Just say, tell me more. And you'll find, in fact, I'll share a little something that Jack Canfield shared with me a long time ago. This is like 30 years ago. It's called the total truth process or whatever. This is the way he explained. I used to use this in my marriage. Okay. He said, first, you express sometimes your anger, because we're all human. Sometimes we get angry and reactive. Oh, how dare you do this? Oh my God, you're such a ruthless person. You're just, you express your anger, and then you express your hurt. Okay, and under that you express your expectations. All I really wanted was. And then you get into you kind of go through all that. Finally, you express your appreciation and your love. Okay, but you have to go through all of that. And I'll give you an example. I used to use this a lot in my marriage. This is a simple, easy, not a lot of emotion or stuff in it. But when I was married, which some of my friends say to me, "You were married once?" Yeah, I was actually married in another lifetime many years ago. You were married? Yeah, I was about 27, 28 years old. Oh, that was in the other century. Yeah, I know, that was a long time ago. Anyway, my wife and I were business partners. We had a massage therapy clinic business in Southern California. We went to school together. We went through 1,000 hours of school together right after we got married, opened up an office. And, she used to ask me to empty the trash. And I'm actually really good at emptying the trash, but I'm just using this. This is what she said. And then somehow I'd get busy and run out the door and go walk along the beach or go on a bike ride or something. And I went and empty my trash and empty the trash in the office or whatever. So she also met Jack Canfield and went through the same training. So we used to do the total truth process with each other all the time. So she would say something like, honey, I'm angry. Every time I've told you 1,000 times, please empty the trash, but you don't do it. I feel angry. I say it over and over again. So I feel hurt that you're not even listening to me. And, all I really want is when I ask you to do something, do it, please. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to hate you. Please just empty the trash. It's just that simple. But what I really appreciate about you is you are a great massage therapist. You're one of the best. You're a great husband. There's a lot of things you do right, but emptying the trash isn't one of them. And I still really love you. That kind of thing. So it can move through, like that. It doesn't have to be a heavy duty thing. But you can also use it real, remember, anger, hurt, all I really want, that I appreciate about you, and love. Those are 5 things in that type of communication. And Thich Nhat Hanh says, just tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. Even if the things they're telling you seems ridiculous or you don't agree with, let them talk. Let them be heard. Don't be reactive. Don't immediately make them wrong. What ends up happening is you end up that doesn't make the situation better, so anyway, put all that aside, back to movie making. I'm at home, and I'm still a novice at this. Mike will tell you that. You know, if he's on the interview, yeah, I'd work with Doug. He didn't even know what the hell he was doing, you know. So I admit, I don't know what I'm doing because I've only been at this since about May. And I don't even know if Mike knows this or other people know this. How this all got started, I had rented a Airbnb here in Arizona on home time. It was a beautiful, I got pictures. I've got to find the pictures in here. I've even got some videos from there. It was a beautiful place. And I rented it before I knew it was going to do iMovies. And when I got there, I thought, wow, this is... I'll show you where I live. It's actually pretty cool too. But I decided to take a break in town. There's more to do there. And that's the cool thing about Airbnb. Just rent a few days and just have a change of scenery. So I got there and had all these Buddha statues. And it was real Zen-like. And you had a washer and dryer, a nice comfortable bed and living room and kitchen and all the 9 yards, and it was in a real good location. Everything was really convenient. Out here where I live, everything's far away. You can go into Casa Grande, it's about 10 miles away. But if you want anything like the Apple Store from that place was like 5 miles away. Here it's about 50 miles away. So I like running those kinds of places if I have like 3 days where I have a lot of things I like to do in town versus having to go back and forth from out here. So I decided to take that opportunity to just start experimenting with iPhone. Or iMovie, iPhone and iMovie. And while I was there, I ultimately bought my Mac Pro, which I haven't even used. I went down to the Apple Store, it was close, I bought it, paid for it, paid cash for it. And ever since, I've been still using this because I find that for me personally, the mobility of it, I'm just holding it in my hand, I don't have to fire it up. And when I can sit in my truck while I'm getting loaded. I should qualify that. It's not like sit in the truck while I'm getting some good stuff. I'm really getting loaded. This is some good shit. No, not like that. I mean getting the trailer loaded. Maybe I should even qualify that. The trailer's getting loaded with cargo. Okay. I don't want anything to go back to Madeline the Duck's talking about getting loaded. You know. And anyway, I can sit there, like if it's like 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. I used to get uptight because I'm sitting there, oh my God, they got to get their butt in gear. But now I can sit there in a couple hours. Heck, I can make a couple movies. I'm sitting there with my iPhone. If I have enough material, I can sit there and make a movie or two. You know? But it started back in the condo when I had like 3 days. And the thing I had to get used to was I'm sitting there in a room like I am now by myself, talking to myself on a camera, and nobody's really here. You're not really even here. You know, I don't know who you are. And chances are there's not going to be anyone here. Because many of my videos right now have like 1 or 2 views, and we don't know how long they watch. They could watch like 5 seconds, like Christine. It was unbearable. I could only watch 2 seconds, and that was it. It was unwatchable. Gone, you know. So this is where it all started. So the bottom line is right now, like I have 5 days. I have 2 days of home time and 3 days of vacation. And I was still thinking, even right now, I'm thinking, should I go to Encinitas? Because I know the ocean and self-realization fellowship at meditation gardens and my old stomping grounds and all of that. It's so tempted to go. And I still could go tomorrow. It's just a matter of jumping in my car and a 7-hour drive. I try to tell myself, it's just a matter of jumping in your car, 7 hours, you're there. And you'll be glad when you pull into Encinitas Boulevard and you see the beach, oh, wow, I'm just glad I'm here. But when I think about it after, you know, driving, you know, gazillions of miles. I think so far I've driven about 7,000 miles this month. And if I had continued to drive this next week, it'd be 10,000, you know, so. And then there's another side. People would say, well, you drive that much, 7 hours isn't a big deal. Just drive 7 hours there and 7 hours back. That's true. It's almost like a shift. I'm going to taking a load to Southern California, taking a load back. No big deal. Okay. And it amounts to, it's about $40 worth of gas. And then I looked at Airbnbs. You know, Airbnbs and Encinitas are getting really expensive. Most of them were at close to $200 a night. And Richard's offering me his, separate room. He's about 5, like when you walk like 2 blocks from his place, there's D Street looking over the ocean. And about, 10-minute walk is the Self-Realization Fellowship Meditation Gardens. About 10 minutes, 15 minutes is Moonlight Beach. There's pubs and restaurants. You don't have to drive anywhere. It's all right there. And I'm so tempted. And who knows, I may do it. You may see a video with me tomorrow saying, now I'm driving to Encinitas. But it is a contrast. Because I'm about 4 miles from the freeway. Then I get on the freeway. I take one exit. It's Interstate 8 West. It's the highway that runs right out to San Diego. If you don't even have to know where you're going. If you get on that, if my friends Brian and Sandy, and you come out from Texas, I think you've been flying, but if you ever drive out from Texas, you just take the Interstate 8 exit. Just drive until you can't drive anymore. You can't miss San Diego. It empties right into San Diego. And it's like, I'm here, I take a little back way up to Encinitas because it's up North County, So, and I told Mark at night, I told my driver manager I'm going to Encinitas, so I almost feel like I have to go because I told everybody I'm going to go. I'm just having second thoughts because my mom and dad are here and they're having problems. And I started thinking about all the movies I can make here. And I say movies, videos, or whatever you want to call them. And it's nice to be home. And when I do that, I do still feel like I'm traveling, So I almost left this morning. I decided to hang out a little bit longer. But if I don't go, what I am going to do, and I've done this before, it's smart. It's actually a smarter way to do it. I can work, and when I'm going to take home time again, have them route me to Fontana, which is really easy because we have a lot of loads going to Southern California. Park the truck in Fontana, rent a car, and I only have to drive an hour and a half to Encinitas versus 7 or 8 hours. No wear and tear on my car. And the way I look at it, I have to drive about an hour from the terminal to here, an hour. So it's really what boils down to just an extra half an hour and I can be in Encinitas. So I kind of reframe it that way. So that's a possibility, and that sounds really good. But the bottom line, I have to wait another month. So I have a feeling I was going to end up going for it about 3 in the morning. I'll have to tell my folks this afternoon, Mom and Dad, I feel in my bones I'm going to have to go to Encinitas. Because here's the other flip side. I can go tomorrow for a couple of days and go back again next month if I want to. And film it. In fact, I could call Richard right now. If I call Richard now and I tell him, Bud, I'm coming. If I tell him, my friend, I'm coming, I can't back down. Because I told him I told him I was coming, and he was all excited. And I told him my parents are having a hard time, so I decided to stay here. So, and I could just go and call him when I get there, so I'm already there. In fact, I could just drive up to his house and just, Richard, I decided to come, here I am, And he'd be totally cool with it. So, anyway, I am home, and I've got to think about what this long intro, this phone is heavy. Anyway, with this intro, there's a lot of different directions I could go. One of the overriding things I thought is kind of appropriate for this is the idea of home time. Home time, because I'm at home, not in the truck. How important home time is as a driver. To take your home time, to relax, to unplug, get away from the truck. You can't just be on. Now, Elsie said she was out 3 months to 6 months. Oh my God. But she did say you do some 34. She said when I do my 34s, that means 34 hours off. that does help. If you go out and your hours are getting low and we kept hours and you feel like you need some downtime, but you don't necessarily have to go home, you can do like a 34-hour reset. That helps. But eventually, I think you have to find your, now I guess I'm talking to drivers, okay, potential drivers in training, whatever. Everybody has their own rhythm. What I did with night for the first, till I started going to Japan, I would come home every other weekend. So that I missed one weekend, but then the following weekend I was home. Okay. Then I went out for 2 weeks. I was home every other weekend. That worked really well. And there was a point about the first 3.5 years, 3 years or so, I drove my truck home. So I bobtailed home. And it went by really, for some reason, driving the truck home seemed to go faster than driving my car home. Driving my car home, I love my car, but God, the truck drivers are so aggressive. I hate when I'm in my little car, my little Subaru, and this big truck comes right behind me, just like right on my bumper. In fact, it looks like he's going to hit my bumper. And I'm going the speed limit, 75, just cruising along, and he's like in the right lane, right behind. Like, what the hell do you want me to do, man? You know, I'm going the speed limit. I'm not going to go 85 or something and get a speeding ticket on for you just because you want to go 90 in the fast lane, in the slow lane. Go around me, bud. Gosh, you know, stop being so friggin' aggressive. You know, I hate when truck drivers do that, especially to another truck driver. So then what I do, instead of going faster, I start breaking down until I break down like 40 miles an hour. And he's like, dude, just go by me. And then he stays right on my tail and says, screw you, I'm just going to keep on your tail. And eventually you're going to keep going faster until finally he goes around me. I hate when that happens, you know. And then cars, of course, do. And if it's 75, everybody wants to do 90. If I go 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, get a ticket, I'm fired. They aren't. They just have to pay a ticket. They're not going to lose their job because they get a ticket for speeding. I'm going to lose my job. So people ask me, how do you not get tickets? Because I don't speed. It's simple as that. And I catch myself sometimes when I'm out on the road. I'm going to finish with this. Sometimes if I don't set my cruise control, I'm like motoring down and, oh my God, I'm just going 70 and 55 or whatever, 70 or 60, whatever. And the last thing I want to do is get a speeding ticket when I don't need to speed, and I was not even aware of a speeding. That would kill me. Because I want to go my whole career, which is 12 years and counting, without getting a speeding ticket. But anyway, home time. I'm going to turn this off because I'm at home. And I'm going to, this is, what I actually said this morning. When I'm home, I don't care about the length of my videos. I don't care. If people want to watch 2 seconds of it, great. If you want to watch 5 minutes, great. Don't watch any of it, that's fine. Because I want to enjoy the process. I want it to be reality-based. I don't want to be on, okay, I've been talking 3 minutes. My 3 minutes are up. I gotta go, because you may not watch me long enough, or I might not get a like, or whatever. You know, this whole driving to Tokyo thing has so many layers to it. Every time I try to take just a short version of it, or a snippet of it, it's about truck driving, or it's about Tokyo, or it's about Japan, or it's about this, or it's about that. It's like, have you heard that thing? And I will say this will be the last thing on this clip, 23 minutes and 36 seconds. The blind man and the elephant, where one blind man feels the side of the elephant and it's a wall, and another feels its tail and says, no, it's a rope. Another feels its ear and says, no, it's a leaf. You know, another feels its leg and says, no, it's a trunk. You know, another one feels it's like this other trunk blocking. No, it's a snake. You know, and it feels a tail, it's a rope. You know, they all are right because of what they're feeling perceiving from their vantage point. So when I take my story, there's lots of things. It's like a big elephant, and it's going to take a while to kind of break it down, kind of break down the story. But anyway, I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to think about what segment of the story. I think I'm going to go into home time. Kind of, and it's going to be hard because I didn't have iMovie in Japan. But I'm going to talk about why I love my extended home time in Japan. Why is it that I kept going back 5 times? Why is it that I long to go back now? And kind of maybe that's why I want to go to Encinitas, because I always fly out of San Diego. And I usually go out and visit my friend Richard. I'm starting to get into something. Okay, that might be really it. And I will also go visit Richard before going to Japan, stay with him a couple days, and then I go down to the airport and then I take off from San Diego. Maybe that's the essence of why I want to go. So that's what I can talk about next. In fact, I'm going to really get out of my comfort zone and bring you with me. Today, I'm going to just talk about Japan with pictures and slides and why I love it so much. And then perhaps, I'm going to give myself an out. Perhaps tomorrow morning, I'm going to just pack up and drive out to Encinitas. Heck, I could even do it this afternoon if I wanted to. But I think it's getting a little late. It's about a 7-hour drive. What time is it? Okay, 1:30. I wouldn't get there till 8:30 at night. I wouldn't want to get there that late. So if I'm going to go, I have to go tomorrow. And that'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If I go, I'm going to stay at least 2 nights. Maybe I even call my friend Richard and say, if I decide to come tomorrow, can I still come? Maybe I should even call him right now. Let me see. Okay, let me think about this. But that's potentially where you might find me after today's videotaping. Stay tuned.